Berlin, with a population of 3.45 million people, has had a riveting history from 1901 to the modern 21st century.
Berlin has had an ever-changing history. The most turbid time, of course, started after 1945, with the end of the Nazi Empire.
Large parts of Berlin were destroyed during the Berlin air raids, with casualties totaling up over 120,000 people. From 1918, it became involved in World War I, where the division took place.
It was on that night, April 13th of 1961, where trucks rolled through Berlin, carrying soldiers, bricks, cement. The next morning, when Berliners woke up, they found a wall that would remain there for 28 years.
Now, the Berlin Wall prevented the majority of people escaping in the West, but not all. About an estimated 5,000 people made it over safely. Some escapes were simple, such as just throwing a rope over and climbing. Others were more brash, such as ramming a car into it and making a run for it. And others were even the most extreme, such as suicidal attempts. They'd go into buildings that weren't boarded up yet, and they'd actually jump just to get over it.
Citizens of East Berlin lived in turmoil, under constant watch from communist guards.
After the Soviets put up a blockade for Berlin in 1949, it was apparent that airlifts were needed to get supplies in and out between East Berlin and West Berlin to help the civilians.
The real deciding factor in the fate of Berlin was the Potsdam Conference, which divided the city into sectors.
Having already lost 2.5 million people to West Berlin, East Berlin needed to stop the mass exodus of its people.
The way these countries treated their districts, their zones, the sectors of Berlin, differed greatly. Russia treated theirs as more of a spoil of war, whereas the other countries eventually joined together to form West Berlin.
The wall was a very fundamental division of Germany, and it finally came down in 1990, reuniting both sides.
The fall of the Berlin Wall happened as quickly as its rise. In 1988 and 1989, communism began to falter in Poland, Hungary, and Czechoslovakia. People chipped away at the wall, and the pieces are now considered collectibles.
Being the capital of the Kingdom of Prussia from 1701 to 1918, it's apparent that history has made its mark on Berlin.